How much is enough when we're trying to convince a friend, a colleague, or an adversary of our position? We just give up at some point. We're having all of these discussions with people in the world about the situation with Israel, and some people just seem so convinced of a ridiculous narrative. When do we know when enough is enough? I'm asking this question because in this week's parsha, God punishes Moshe for hitting the rock when he was supposed to speak to it. Now, what does it matter? God tells Moshe that he should speak to the rock to cause water to come forward. The Jewish people were complaining. They were thirsty. They were in the wilderness. We need water. Instead of speaking to the rock, he hits the rock. He blows his cool. He loses it for a minute. And God punishes him by not being allowed into the land of Israel. What is going on? What was so bad about Moshe hitting the rock as opposed to speaking to the rock? You know, it is still a miracle if you hit a rock and water comes forward from it. What was so bad about what he did? And one of the answers that I heard, which I think is really important and relevant today, is that we never give up speaking, even to individuals that seem to be like a rock. Yeah, the rock represents someone who's so stubborn, who doesn't seem to be listening. Right? Does it even pay to be able to engage somebody in a conversation if they seem so convinced of something else? And we, of course, have another famous story of the great Rabbi Akiva, who, when he saw that the water was dripping on a rock for so long, but it created a hole. Because if you don't give up, you believe in people, and you believe in what you're saying, you just keep hammering away. The most important thing is that we don't give up in speaking, and we don't lose hope. And we always believe that when there's dialogue and when there's conversation, we can always try to bring someone over. And maybe we can't bring everybody over. But if we save one person, if we convince one individual to reconsider their thinking, to look a little deeper into the facts, whether it's what's going on between Israel and the Palestinians, or it's anything that we've become so convinced that some other ideology can't be true, open up your mind and listen. And the lesson here is never to give up. Always keep speaking. Never stop dialoguing. Shabbat Shalom.